What's up? Something a little bit different in store for you today. This guy, you guys might be familiar with, M&P 2.0. This gun's had some upgrades from Apex Tactical, so one of their triggers, and one of their Apex grade barrels, so match barrel in 9mm. The only downside to this gun so far is the grip has been a little bit annoying. I've tried different back straps. I think I've settled on the small one is the size I like, but one irritating part is, you can see it very well, the back part of the grip is raised where that insert is, and the front part is more slender. So I decided it was time to add some type of traction on it to see if I could kind of level that out and increase the diameter of the gun a little bit with the grip, give me more to hang on to. So I tried already the Talon grip. They have a rubber grip that lasted about an hour on the range. It was actually making the gun more slippery. So that ended up in a trash can while I was still at the range. I didn't even bother to use it any further. I tried to give it a chance, but it was just a no-go. So discovered I want instead the tape, or the, what we call this, like grip tape style ones instead. This one is offered by, I think Curel is the way you pronounce the name. Lock Grips is the company that sent it to me. So I wanted something that's actually grip tape, not the rubberized one, for a Smith & Wesson M&P. And it looked like Talon did not make the option I wanted. So luckily enough, Lock had this in stock and they sent me one. Like I said, I've got a lot of comments from people saying it doesn't stay in place. They have issues applying it. So I thought I'd just make a video talking through installing one on the gun. All you need is obviously the pistol, the grip tape, a blow dryer. This one happens to be for my lovely wife. I think it's probably overpriced, but it's like industrial grade and it gets the gun really, really hot. And of course, some liquid courage. So basically the process is, with this one, they don't come with any kind of like a wipe or anything to degrease the gun with. Some of the brands do. Normally the ones from Talon do. I don't know how much it actually matters because it's just kind of like a little hand wipe. And I suppose as long as you don't have anything major on the grip, you should be good to go. Or if you want to wipe it off with a wet paper towel or whatever and let it dry beforehand, that should be plenty. The only issue with these normally is getting it started, just due to the way kind of the backing applies to the grip tape, and trying to just take a little bit of this off at a time and not just pull the whole thing off. The things you should notice, one side of the grips, obviously it's offset. The way it's gonna apply to the gun is once you wrap this thing around, this longer part is going to actually go under this side of the grip. So this part's gonna go under, and then this part on top. So the way I think it makes the most sense to start is to start with the side opposite of that. And the tricky part is I'm gonna apply it, but not push all the way down, because I'm gonna have to be able to pull this part off to slide this extra portion of the grip tape under it. Just gonna start on the front. There's honestly not that much magic to it. Just try my best to line it up. Sometimes I don't get it right on the first try and I end up like pulling it back off or resetting it a little bit. You're basically just looking to, like a lot of these will have, you can kind of just follow the outline of the pistol, whether it's got like indentations in the grip from where there's textured surface or just the back strap. You can kind of just eyeball it up, line it up the best you can and apply it. So anyway, that's all I'm doing now. Continue to pull this guy off. So now we're around the back section of the gun. Trying my best to make it even, not to have any high or low spots or make it uneven. Now around the other side, same deal. Just kind of setting this all down in place, not pushing on anything super hard, because I might get to the point when it's all said and done that I don't really like the way it's lined up, and then I'll have to pull something off or resituate it.
So they can see
All right, my wife's giving me directions, so I'm not showing this well enough. So, kind of getting it all in place. It's just like the back part's not even pushed down all the way. Is that side roughly lined up? Is this side roughly lined up? What does the back strap look like? Notice I've still got a high spot here. So kind of just try to apply it all. But I think that the tough part of this is not having a big Like you can see when I'm tightening this down now, where I'll start to have a high spot here where it's not quite tight enough against the pistol. So then pull that little bit of a section back off, maybe keep this side, and then I'm kind of just, I don't know, working with this thing just a little bit, trying my best to keep it tight along the back strap of the gun so there's no high or low spots. And like I said, it's not something you just like set it down once and it's good to go. It ends up being something it kind of end up, I don't know, messing with for a few minutes until I'm kind of satisfied where everything's at. So lifting that piece back on, putting it back down, kind of looking at it again. It's like, well, everything on the side I'm looking at looks correct. Now I'll let you look at it. Now I'm looking at the side you were looking at. Everything seems pretty much lined up. The back strap still has a little piece bunched up a little bit, which I think will need some heat to get mashed down. And overall, I think we're where we need to be. So I'm gonna start applying heat. Looking at the front strap, maybe I'll move this piece just a tick. It's like all this stuff is pretty minor. Just a matter of kind of moving it all around so it makes sense and it seems like everything's lined up or centered up on the pistol. So I'm gonna call that good enough. Yeah, this is gonna be way better in the hand. So now we get to do the magic with the hairdryer. I'm sure you'll love this for the audio. So end up just doing a rinse and repeat of this for a while. So it's just warm now, not so much it's burning my hands or anything, kind of just mashing it into the grip from all the different directions, front, back, left, right, trying my best to see is anything kind of not lined up or any of the, it's like the kind of the guides I was using. If you look on this side of the frame, kind of up around where the mag catch is, the slide release, where the top of the frame is right before it gets the slide. Like, is there any spot there that looks like it's not lining up or any big bubbles or anything like that? Which, looking at it now, it's like, all right, there's one little section here that's kind of starting to like bubble up. So it'll be something to see if I can fix. Before I go any farther down this, it's like, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So pull this piece off. Lift this side back up. Try to reapply that part while like pushing, kind of pushing, starting along the edge as I push it back down, trying not to have any raised sections or kind of like air gaps or bubbles in it, so to speak.
You notice that doesn't ever happen when I do these for you.
That's true. That's why you should have been doing this and not me.
Oh, you want to pretend like you know how to do it.
Same process, just continuing. Now it's starting to get, honestly, not quite to where it's like gonna burn my hand, but slightly uncomfortable, which is a good spot. I think that actually needs to be that warm to activate all the kind of the glue or adhesive on the grips. So trying to grip the gun with kind of an all-around grip pressure. So probably 100 and 100% as far as pressures in each hand. Then I'm trying to pinch the gun from the side as well as gripping it really, really hard from front to back. So just all around grip pressure, like using two hands even to grip the gun hard from front to back, Same thing, side to side. Just trying to make sure all the tape's kind of activated and hopefully it'll all stay in place. I think this is where most people fall down. They only do this once or so, or just kind of get the thing warm, but not enough to activate all the adhesive. Then after you use it, especially on a hot day, it ends up just sliding off. The nice part about having a hairdryer like that is, yeah, like the gun's almost too hot for me to hang on to.
Yeah, you're gonna burn those little suckers.
Exactly. Especially the back strap, this back pieces seems like it kept kind of, I don't know, not necessarily bubbling up, but it just doesn't really like, it wants to stay down. So heating it up really, really well, I think is important. And I think it was, I don't remember which, one of the, maybe it was Talon in the instructions said you should heat it up as hot as a really hot cup of coffee. I think that, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I mean, that kind of made sense. Instead, I kind of just heat it up so much that it's almost uncomfortable to hang on to, especially front to back right now. It's not, probably not gonna burn myself, but it's quite hot. But I think that's really good for getting all the adhesive activated. It seems like doing that step has been good, because, well, knock on wood, I haven't had any issues with any of the brands. Either I've got the same one from Curl, I think is the way you pronounce the name, from Lock Grips on one of my Glocks. No issue that one sliding off. And the same thing with the Talon. Kind of following this process has been good for me. So it's probably where we need to go. But since I'm pretty artistic, I'll do it one more time. Like I said, this last one's probably not needed. It's almost uncomfortable to hang on to the frame at this point for any sustained amount of time, but I think that's probably a good thing. So just giving it one last time where I'm really gripping the gun hard, as hard as I can, almost to where I feel like the frame's starting to flex a little bit, which is probably overkill, from front to back and from side to side also, just to make sure all the adhesive is activated as best it can be. Everything's in place. So you can also tell on this specific style of gun, I've been gripping this thing so hard that it's actually kind of an indentation from where that grip panel is underneath. I wanted to kind of smooth that out as best I can, but it might just come with the territory. But I've been gripping the gun as hard as I can just to make sure, again, everything's activated and as tight with the frame of the gun as it can be. So that's it. I think we're good to go. I plan on taking this bad boy to the range. Otherwise, there's no time that you need to let it cure or sit or anything like that. Now, since I've got everything good and hot, I'll just set it down, let the gun cool, and after it's cooled, it's ready to shred. So hopefully this was helpful. I've got a handful of questions asking about how to attach the grip tape. So there's really no magic. I guess the only words of wisdom, if there is some that I would say, is take your time making sure that you have it all kind of set in place before you hit it with the hairdryer and start to activate everything. Not being afraid to like you saw me with the back strap start to bubble up, take it apart and kind of put it back together, or if you need to move anything around, because if you get to the point where there'll be like a raised section, it'll normally be around the front strap or the back. There'll be like a bubble, and no matter how much you want to, there'll be excess tape there. So smashing it down, it just, from experience, it turns into an annoyance, at least for me. So it's worth taking a little bit of extra time to make sure that you have everything in the right place before you activate it all, and then paying attention as just a guide, a helper, is the way the outline tracks on the frame, the mag catch, the back strap, wherever it's got kind of those existing, thank you, outlines, then that'll be a help to get you lined up. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. Like, share, subscribe, all that garbage if you want to. But either way, I hope this helps when you're ready to put grip tape on your gun.